All right, here we go. We are live on what the hell night is it, Todd? Is it a Tuesday night?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
I think it.
it's Tuesday.
Todd Pronto is with me right now, an intimate performer who is widely known for connecting with audiences through his original music, his humorous storytelling. He's a singer, he's a songwriter. He's from, of course, the Green Mountain State of Vermont. And if you are a fan of Americana, if you love uh, contemporary folk, uh, music like John Prine, Todd Snyder, you're going to be really into this guy. He's been around for hundreds of years. Todd Pronto, ladies and gentlemen. Well, at least it feels like that, buddy. You and I have worked together in radio before. We instantly became friends when we met so long ago up in Derby. It
Yeah.
is such a pleasure to have you with me, my man. You and I have been talking about doing this show together for a long time. I promised that I'd get you in the studio, and of course, this whole Corona funk started
man.
and kind of put the spoil on that. But brother, we're gonna get you into the studio. You're gonna be coming into the
Cool.
studio. I promise you that. But you
I
know,
I can't wait.
with with everything that's going on for musicians, you know, I just felt like we shouldn't wait until the point when this all clears up and I can get you into the studio over at Central Vermont Television. By
Yeah.
God, we've got to do it now because musicians, and let's start with this tonight, musicians everywhere, including yourself, artists are struggling. I mean, you guys are all accustomed to having gigs and playouts where you've got some revenue stream that's coming in, and now the faucet has been shut off on all of you.
Yeah, kind of out of nowhere too. I mean, I think everybody kind of saw it coming, but then it just came really fast and nobody
Yeah,
really had a chance to prepare. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm again, I'm so happy that we're together tonight.
Yeah.
We have a lot to get to, a lot to talk about. But first and foremost, brother, I have to begin by saying Wayne Warner's watching tonight,
Yep.
and God love Wayne. I mean, you and I love Wayne so much. I don't know if did I know Wayne before I knew you, or I know
Yeah.
you and Wayne go way back, much for decades further than you and I.
Yeah.
But did I meet Wayne through you? I can't
No.
remember.
No, you knew him when I met you. I believe when you came up to do your interview for the radio station that we both worked at together, you stayed at Wayne's house either the night before or the night home, and you asked me if I knew him when I first met you.
Oh
I
my God.
remember that.
See, I don't remember
I have
any
a
of that.
really weird memory for
That's
strange.
so that's so funky.
Yeah.
Um and of course this was Moon 92
Yeah.
up in Derby. God, whatever. Wow.
That was a few minutes ago, huh?
we we'll save we'll save that for another show. My God. But listen, man, before we jump into music and you and everything that you're doing right now, I've got to just say, first and foremost, congratulations on sobriety, my man.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, that was how many days? Every day of the week is like the same right now. So a few days ago, hit 6 years. Yeah.
I
The eight,
saw that on Facebook.
I don't
I
remember
think it
what
was
day it was.
Facebook.
Yeah, I put it on
Yeah,
Facebook.
man.
Yeah. I did, um, I didn't say anything for the first 5 years. I just didn't really talk about it. And then last year I made a post just basically saying like, if even if you didn't know me before, trust me, if I can get sober and stay sober, then anybody can. and there was such a response that I just kind of redid it again this year at 6 years. So I don't talk about it a lot, but I'm definitely proud of that. And you knew me, you saw some of my colossal escapades, I suppose.
Yes. Yes. And I shared a few moments with you. Remember the sailboat?
I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, man.
imagine yours truly out on Lake Champlain uh, piloting a sailboat with that guy right there who had a few drinks.
A few.
Wow. My
And it was a
man,
big one. Was
we
it like
are
25 feet? I mean, it wasn't small.
yeah, it was a 25-foot sailboat
Yeah.
on Lake Champlain. You know, there's so many stories that we could share. Wayne doesn't even know half of this stuff, but
Probably not. Yeah.
I know that Wayne Warner of all people who has battled sobriety and has won is applauding you as he continuously does. And I know he's probably your biggest fan, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the main reasons that I am sober at 6 years. Him, my parents, and Devaney.
Yeah,
Remember
Devaney,
Devaney? Yeah,
Choquette.
I mean, they kind of orchestrated the wake up call, I suppose. So yeah, if it wasn't for Wayne, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now. So
Yeah. He had to show you some tough love a few times there.
yeah, well, I was younger then.
Yeah. I see a couple of grays up there, brother. I see a couple of grays
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, yeah, there's a few grays. There's more gray lately because I couldn't take it anymore, and my girlfriend cut my hair a couple days ago, and all of that, all the gray hair just appeared. I don't know what was hiding it before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna let it come in
You look good,
gracefully
man.
or. Oh, thank you, thank you.
So you're at home right now. I'm
Yeah.
at home. Tell me about home. Where are you living?
I'm not too far from Derby. I'm in a town called Orleans, Vermont.
Mm.
And I've been here. I bought the house here in like 2010. So I've been here for quite a while. Um I did a live stream
Wow.
COVID relief music festival online a couple days ago. And when they called me to do the test, he says, "Well, you're in what, Louisiana, right?" And I said, "No." And he says, "Well, I thought I saw New Orleans on." I said, "No, I'm Orleans, Vermont, not New Orleans."
Yeah.
Very different.
A difference of about maybe 60 to 70-degree difference
Yeah,
on
yeah,
average.
yeah, and a couple million people, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Wow,
have an
man.
Ethan Allen dining room table, there's a good chance it was made very close to my backyard.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Ethan Allen furniture. That's right. Listen, man, you since I've known you, you've got to have a guitar in your hand. You've got to be singing and you've got to be writing songs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and you've had many other alter egos, but when it comes to singing and playing and performing, first and foremost, that's what you love so much. You're
Yeah,
always writing songs. You've always got something crawling around inside your head, lyrically or musically, and
yeah.
you've recorded 3 full-length albums.
Yeah, I'm I'm about uh a third of the way through with my next full length album. But it kind of got shut down right now. So
Yeah.
I will have 4 albums out soon. I was gonna release the album this summer, but it's probably not going to come out till 2021 now because it's in limbo. But yeah, I could
Yeah.
have done more albums probably, but I'm too picky as far as the songs that I
Yeah.
put out.
Now, Hideaway.
Hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that. That's the title track
Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
right there.
Yeah, this is
Right
the
away. Yeah, hide away from the sun.
yeah. So well, my mother battled cancer for. Do you meet my mother? I think you must have
Oh yeah.
at some
Oh
point.
yeah. Oh yeah. We were at
So
we went to the east side together.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So she battled cancer for like 10 years. There's a good chance she was battling it when you met her. At first, it started in her mouth, and
Yeah.
for years it was
Yeah.
fairly um, dormant's not the right word, but it wasn't a real invasive cancer. But in 2015, it was too much, and so she passed away in the end of June of 2015, and it was this is a little side story. I had an album that came out before this one called "It Can't All Be Wrong," and she passed away like 2 days before that album officially came out, and so my mother passed away, and then I'm at the bank the next day, and I grabbed 7 days, and I read the review of my album in 7 days, and they can you swear on this show?
Of course you can.
Okay.
You
And
can swear. Of course.
7 days shit all over the album. It basically said it was just this horrible album. So I'm sitting here in, in the bank. My mother just passed away. 7 days told everybody my album sucked. And I was like, man, so that was a side note. I came home a couple days after that and I wrote this song called Hideaway from the Sun. So if you can see in my sunglasses there, that is my mother in there.
Yeah, the reflection of your mom. Yeah.
Yeah. I just, I make the joke on stage every once in a while that I don't really remember writing the song because I sat down on my couch and I tuned the guitar to a drop D tuning, and then there was the song. And I always say I don't remember writing it, and I know that I did. And it's not because I was drinking, because I was sober at the time, that I don't remember writing it.
Yeah.
I think it was just a culmination of everything, and I think my mother had a lot to do with it because it's probably one of the best songs I've ever written, and it just came out of nowhere. And I perform it on stage almost every show but I think every show that I do, and it used to be really hard to do that, but now I just kind of it's like a tribute to her now. So I'm able to do it now. But yeah, it's on Spotify and all that stuff. There's a video. You could see pictures of me as a little kid with my mother in the video.
Yeah, I saw that video right when you released it. It must have been a Facebook link. So
Probably.
mom got a chance to see the first year of sobriety for you then.
Yeah, it
Is that
was.
right?
Yeah, yeah. It was shortly after my year. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really glad that she did because I think she was really worried.
When mom passed away,
Mm.
did you almost fall off the wagon, or did you feel like you were too far invested in sobriety at that point and you had to
Yeah.
hang on?
Yeah, I never thought about it, believe it or not. I think, I had a really good group of friends, and um yeah,
Yeah,
I know a lot of people were worried that that would trigger it. And I think for some people it does, but
sure.
I think I just got to the point where it wasn't working for me at all. Uh life as
Yeah.
far as in general. And
Sure.
It's so much
Sure.
better now that it's something that actually never crossed my mind. Um, but my mother, I
Wow.
remember having a conversation with my mother a couple days before she passed away, and she was worried because she knew that she was going, and she was worried. I think she's more worried about me slipping up than I'm
Yeah.
sure she was worried about herself too. But the
Yeah. Yeah.
conversation we had, and I said, "No, you don't have to worry, Mom."
You
So
held on.
yeah, I mean, I
That's
drink
remarkable, dude.
a lot of coffee, and
Yeah.
I probably eat too much chocolate, but um,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll give you some heartburn. But speaking of coffee, I'll tell you right now, I know that you have had coffee over at Wayne Warner's house. I have had it too. It is got to be the shittiest coffee that, if you even call it that I have ever had. I mean, my God, it's been sitting in the pot for like 3 days, and then he takes it and microwaves it.
Microwaves.
And you get that mixed in with you get the shitty coffee mixed in with the cigarettes and the Tony's pizza.
Yeah.
You're at Wayne's.
Oh, it's a
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's it's the ambiance. I saw it when
Oh
when
my
Wayne was
God.
when
Anyway,
Wayne was on your show and you brought that up. I didn't see it live, but I watched it on the replay. I remember I was sitting on my back porch drinking a coffee and I was laughing so hard at that because he's so defensive of his coffee.
I know, I know he is. Listen, man, does back to the music, does 7 days, are they aware that, and me, I like to support any musician of any genre, of
Yeah.
any age,
Mhm.
whether it's a genre that I dig or not. And man, if you're a musician and you've got the balls to write a song that comes from your heart and reveal it publicly, let alone perform it publicly, I've got the utmost respect for you. Is 7 days aware? And I know that they raise the bar pretty high, but are they even aware that you have shared a stage with Jonathan Edwards, Livingston Taylor? Do they know this?
Well, I hadn't at that point that they
Ah,
yeah, it's my previous album. I didn't even send him this last one, so I will. I'll send him my next one, but no, I don't think so.
yeah,
Uh I mean, you don't expect to have good reviews all the time, but it was just the
right.
culmination of events. But I will say, I read several other reviews from the same person, and they were all
Yeah,
they every review that this person wrote trashed whoever they were reviewing, and I'm like, do you even like music? You know,
yeah,
it would be
right.
like me going and rating a 5-star restaurant on their steak and just writing,
Sure.
I don't like steak, so your
As a
restaurant
as a
sucks.
vegetarian,
Yeah, your restaurant sucks. But in
buddy,
in their
I
defense, that
I love.
album is not as good as I've grown a lot since then.
I remember I think you were the first person that explained to me what Americana was, and
Yeah.
you started introducing me to some of the artists that were Americana, and right away I was like, I understand, I
Yeah.
hear it, I get it.
Yeah.
What are you? I mean, you're a little bit, you're kind of a little bit of folk and a little
Yeah.
bit of country, a little bit of Americana.
Yeah.
You're a smorgasbord.
A smorgasbord. I currently identify as a folk singer. Um I don't consider myself Americana as much anymore. What's funny about when I first came out in like 2005, I think, when I did my Nashville album, and I branded myself as Americana. I was like too rock for country. And now I don't think I'm rock enough for country. Like, I don't think I am Americana anymore. I think I just
Yeah.
became a folk singer. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny how, because Americana is huge now. That's like the thing.
Yeah.
I was just too
Yeah.
early.
Do you, what do you remember about going to Nashville?
Well, I was still drinking pretty heavily, so not. No, I'm just kidding. No, I spent a lot of time in Nashville, but my first time ever in Nashville, Wayne Warner actually. Well, it wasn't the first time I went. I went as a tourist a couple years before that, but my first time going to record in Nashville was with Wayne Warner, and I flew down there, and he didn't have the tour bus yet. Do you remember the? It was like an RV that he had before the
Turbo
tour bus.
Twang. Oh,
Yeah,
the RV before the Turbo Twang bus.
before.
I have never seen it other than pictures of it.
I think they used to call it the Bouncer, but what's the brand? A Bounder for RV or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
I
they were
don't. I
driving
don't
down
know.
because he was coming from a show or a radio tour or something, and he was going to meet me there, and then we were going to go record my first 4 songs. And so I got to the hotel, and I just sat there waiting for them to show up, and then I finally saw them pull into the hotel parking lot. Geez, that was hard to come
Yeah.
up with. And I went down and met them, and we went to eat at a place called Logan's. And it was the first time I ever saw like where they just take the peanuts and throw the shells on the floor.
Yes.
One of them places.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the next
Yeah.
day we went in the studio, and I think we spent 2 or 3 days in the studio recording like my first 4 songs. And I was pretty terrified
Yeah.
because I'd never done that before. But man, those guys that do that are just amazing. You know, they
Yeah. They
listen
are.
to, they sit there and they listen to the demo that I made on my 4-track cassette recorder at the time in my house. And then they just kind of listen and they're like, what key is that in? A. And then they just go
Yeah.
in the studio and there's the record. And it's
I know.
unbelievable.
That's why they're there. I
Yeah,
remember
it's crazy.
when you came back from Nashville. I remember saying to you, "How was it? How was it?" And I remember you saying, "Well, I had fun. It was a great time, but fuck that."
Did I say that?
You were just, yes, you did, because it's just there's so much, and Wayne knows all too well, just the river of shit that you have to swim up
Oh,
to I mean, just to get recognized, and it's like when I was there, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, to hear and experience the caliber of entertainment, the caliber of musicianship
yeah.
that's coming out of these clubs at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and then to hear that those musicians are paying, they're paying the club
Yeah.
to be there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that, and I'm like, these guys are better than half of the shit you hear on country radio,
Yeah.
and they're paying these clubs to be there, and
Yeah.
it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and these guys are that good. And for me, I found that sad, and I just found it disgusting. I mean, really
Yeah.
disgusting.
It's like that big fish in a small pond thing.
That's
And
right.
then you go there, and it's a wake-up call. You're like,
Yeah.
wow. And
Yeah.
and it really makes no rhyme or reason how they get from that aspect to Music Row to the radio.
Right.
One of the
That's
things
right.
that I absolutely love right now about this pandemic that we're going through is that you get to see stars, famous pop singers, country singers performing
Yeah, man.
in their living rooms. And you really get to see the ones that are truly good and the ones that, you know, they're,
Kind of suck
yeah. It's
without the auto tune.
and the lights and yeah. I love it. I think it's great. And you just wonder like, man, how did they get picked up, from playing at a bar at the bottom of a Shoney's in
I know.
like how did they get on the radio? Why are they famous? You know,
Sure.
I mean, if you
Sure.
read Wayne's book, you know that it's not
Oh,
really talent.
it's
I mean,
fantastic.
yeah. I have it on my table here actually. It's
I
yeah, you go
It's on my
see
bookcase, which is right.
behind the poster.
Yeah, yeah, it's right over here. I love it.
Yeah, man. It's scary. There's a little bit of that. That's just the music industry, I think. Folk music is a little bit like that too. It's really hard to get heard, but folk music is a lot less superficial. It's a lot less about what you look like and
Sure.
whatever the trend of the day
Right.
is. They actually balk at a lot of that stuff. Um, yeah,
I got a
I
quote
don't
here
remember telling
from
you.
from.
I don't remember telling you that, but I does not surprise me that I said
Oh yeah,
so.
you you were just like, you know what? I am just so happy to be home, and you were just relieved. You were exhaling. You were happy to be home, and you're like, I just want to perform. I want to be here in Vermont. I want to perform in front of my friends and neighbors and people who know me and can call me a fellow Vermonter. And I've heard very similar type sentiment come from Tim Brick, who went off to Texas
Yeah,
and uh, and Nashville and was
Nashville.
thrilled to come home to his Green Mountain State.
Yeah, I mean,
He was in Austin. He was in Austin, Texas for a while.
yeah. I I I was a glutton for punishment. I mean, I went back there a few more times, and I spent a good couple years kicking around in Nashville, but before I really figured it out. But I'll tell you, I love being on stage, and
Yeah,
I love having a connection with the audience, and I would rather play. I mean, I'm breaking stuff. Look at that. I would rather play for an audience than record in a studio any day.
yeah,
And I'm fortunate enough to be able to drive all around New England playing in these folk clubs now and then doing shows. I love doing shows at home too. But
yeah.
I just have no interest in I don't know, the superficial fake country. I'm going to just say this right now. If you like country music nowadays, first of all, you don't like country music. And second of all, none of those people are
Show's
country.
called Air It Out, brother. You go, baby. You
Ah,
go. You
there you
go.
go. I'm just saying, and I'll probably get some enemies here, but whatever. Eric Church is not a country singer. He's not. He's not. He's not a country singer. He's barely a singer.
He's yeah, and he's was he a filthy rich father or mother or something like that? I don't know, but somebody helped.
Yeah. I don't know, but I
I
hear
don't want to
that.
say pave. I don't want to say pave the way, but they got him. They put him right in front of the right people at the right time. Got him discovered.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll have that. I'll talk to people. They're like, oh, I love country music. And I'm like, oh yeah, like Roger Miller. And they're like, what? And they're like, no, I like country
Who's
music.
that?
I like Keith Urban. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, so you don't like country music. There's nothing wrong with Keith Urban. He's incredible. Just don't say you like country music. That's
Right,
that's my only thing.
right.
That's like is saying you like folk
Yeah.
music, but you like Justin Bieber because you saw him play an acoustic guitar. He's not a folk singer.
Have, have you ever met Tim Brick?
Yeah, yeah. I haven't talked to Tim in a long time, but I did a show with him and Wayne years ago, maybe 10 years ago.
I'm sure I was there if it was the three of you. But I'll tell you what, man, you
Probably.
ever sit down and have a beer with Tim Brick, the two of you are if he hears you talk like that, the two of you are probably going to end up getting married. I mean, he is like that's
Yeah,
exactly how he feels
yeah.
about country music. I got a
Well,
quote here from
he's country. Yeah,
yeah,
he's a
go ahead.
country singer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got a quote here from Livingston Taylor that says Todd Pronto is really a terrific player and a beautiful spirit. Livingston Taylor, Ellis
He's a smart
Paul,
guy.
uh, Jonathan Edwards. These are guys that you have had and have shared some of your life with over the
Yeah,
last couple of years.
yeah. I'm so happy to be. It started with Jonathan Edwards. He kind of like kicked the door open for me as far as folk music goes, and that was amazing. But and then Ellis Paul kind of came in too. But yeah, Livingston. I mean, uh, I love that guy. I think you
Yeah,
did an interview with him uh, that I helped set up when we
I
played at Spruce
did.
Peak. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I'll tell you, we've had physics lessons from Livingston Taylor. We've had financial lessons from Livingston Taylor, guitar lessons from Livingston Taylor. And this is all in the green room before the show. You never know what kind of conversation you're going to have, but I love getting the opportunity to open up for his crowd, and I always learn something. He's like
Yeah.
Uncle Liv at this point.
That's so amazing. And I remember when you guys first met, and I think you had your first open for Livingston. And he and his brother James, they're funky dudes. They're smart as hell,
Oh
but
yeah,
they're funky cats, man,
yeah, yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Tell me about Saratoga Springs. You had something that was pretty cool there. You performed at a very special spot.
Yeah, and it was with Livingston. It was there's a place, and this is the last show that I did in front of people before the world went and took a shit on itself and ended everything.
Yes.
But
Yes.
there's a cafe in Saratoga Springs, New York called Cafe Lena, and it's been around since they're celebrating 60 years this year. And it is this quintessential folk club that this lady started in a rundown old building in Saratoga Springs before Saratoga Springs had all the money it has today. And she used to convince folk singers to come up from Greenwich Village, and Dave Van Ronk played there hundreds and hundreds of times. But a young man by the name of Bob Dylan played his first concert outside of New York City at this place, and I think he played it one other time, but Don McLean kind of came out of there.
Wow.
Arlo Guthrie. If you go onto their website, they're a nonprofit now. If you go onto their website, they've kept a detailed list for the most part of every show that's ever happened there, and you are going to read uh, Joan Baez, any name that you can think of, and uh, you have to be a touring artist to get in there, except for the Monday night open mics that they do. You have to be a touring
Yeah.
artist. You have to have radio play. You have to have some sort of traction. And how it works with Livingston is I usually look in like a 4 to 5 hour radius of where he's playing, and I talk with his management and
Yeah.
say, well, maybe we could do this one. and I shot out Cafe Lena and did not expect. I expected that to be like, yeah, right. And he said, yeah, and he took me there for 2 nights in a row. We did a Friday and Saturday back to back. And that's like, for those of you that are country music fans and know what the Ryman Auditorium is and the significance of the Ryman Auditorium,
Yeah.
that's like the Ryman Auditorium of folk music, or they call it the Carnegie Hall of folk
Wow.
music. So I got to play there for, let me do math, 50 minutes. I did two 25-minute sets before Livingston 2 nights in a row. And they
It's a
live
nice
streamed it.
feather in the cap, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I was, I don't get nervous before I go on stage. I generally get excited, but I was pretty nervous for that one. I was just, you walk into that place and you just feel the energy. There's still the brick wall that you see behind pictures of Bob Dylan and all these people playing at it, and that brick wall's still there. And just kind of put your hand on the brick and touch it, and just
Wow,
think,
man.
oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Yeah, that's
but
the
I did all right.
circle. That's the circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It was,
glancing through your list of stages here, Higher Ground over in Burlington, Spruce Peak and Stowe, pianos in, where is that? New York City, Hard Rock Cafe in Boston,
yeah.
Homegrown Cafe in Needham, Mass, Johnson Hall in Gardner, Maine, the Stationery Factory, the Berkshires, the Vermont State House on the legislators' floor. What was that all about?
That was, I was asked by a legislator to sing a song to greet the legislators that morning. And it had to have some sort of inspirational message to it. So I decided to do the song that I wrote about my mother. And I brought my girlfriend with me, who's a dancer. And we performed that song behind the pulpit that you see on TV every night with the legislators. And my girlfriend danced. There wasn't much room, but she kind of did some interpretive dance behind it. And we almost got kicked out. But do we have that picture is kind of behind me, actually. You could kind of see the picture right there. I'd grab it, but I'll probably knock everything down. You can't dance with shoes on, right? And so she took her shoes off. I can see the
picture right behind you, though.
What's that?
I can see the picture straight behind you.
Do you want to get it or? Yeah, I think Danielle's going to get it so I can hold it up.
Cool.
Pardon me. I have allergies. I don't have the COVID thing. That's why I keep coughing.
I know. I know. You've always had that damp cough, man.
I know. It's so bad. And I haven't drank enough water yet today. Here we go. Look at this. That's a little dusty. They won't be able to tell.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
so
Danielle took her shoes off to dance and they freaked out. They're like, you can't be barefoot on the house floor or whatever.
Yeah.
And they almost kicked us out. I think. Did you end up dancing with shoes on? Yeah, she had to dance with the shoes on. Clogs. Yeah. But it was cool.
Wow.
I got to sing for all the legislators at like 8 a.m. Which is
my God.
Yeah. There we go. That's Danielle.
That's
right
really cool, man. Hi, Danielle.
Hi.
Hey. So what's next for you, Todd? What's on the horizon here for you, brother? What are you going to be doing now? I mean, we all know what you're going to be doing now here for the unforeseen future, but once this cloud lifts, what have you got cooking, man?
Well,
you're talking about a new album.
Yeah. That's probably going to be in the spring of 2021, I think, but I think it's going to be I'm real proud of it. I think it's going to be a good album. Live streams Thursday night, which is 2 nights from now, I believe, I'm going to do a live YouTube show. I've been doing them Um, and just really hoping to book the concerts up again. I had
Yeah.
2 shows with Ellis Paul that were canceled recently. It's a weird time because this was the time of year where you start booking and you're booking your summer festivals and you're
Yeah.
booking,
Right.
and it just all went and I understand that, but I really don't know what's on the horizon other than singing like into my computer for a little while
Yeah.
uh
And writing, I would
and writing.
imagine
Yeah,
that you're.
I think there'll probably be another album coming right on the heels of the album I've been working on for like 3 years, you
Yeah.
know.
And you've got a little you've got a little partnership with SGI and what is it, Furch Guitars?
Yeah. I think it's pronounced Furch. They're guitars that are made in the Czech Republic, but they wanted to break into the North American market, so they got a distribution company in like Toronto area, and they went out searching for singer songwriter folk musicians to play their guitars, and they selected me, and I've got this guy. So there's the F stands for Furch, I guess, but
Wow.
it's this
Beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah, it's you know, yeah. So I'm a collaborating artist with them. Um, but I have a Martin guitar and I play that on stage a lot more. um, I just feel more comfortable traveling with the Martin, I guess. But yeah, I'm on their
Yeah.
website.
Well,
Like if
if
you
you're
click on artist, I'm there. Like
on for Furch, wicked.
yeah,
Wicked.
I'm famous. Not
Listen, man, if you're so inclined to strum a few chords and let us hear something, we'd
yeah.
love to hear it.
Okay.
I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but
No.
and you said, Todd, you said every what is your schedule for virtual performing here? And the reason why I ask is I have got to put out a message to Vermont artists
Yeah.
finding their schedule, for lack of a better term, of when they are performing live, so
Oh
that
yeah.
I can get that organized and help in any way I can promoting when they're going to be performing live. I mean, Donna Thunder, Chad Hollister, Tim Brick. Um,
Yeah.
there's so many. There's so many.
Yeah. I've been watching them.
Dave Keller. I mean, the list goes on, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm doing Thursdays right now. Thursdays at 7. I'm trying
Okay.
YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to stay on YouTube or if I'm going to stick with Facebook, but whichever one's better,
Yeah.
you know. I'm calling it the Homeward Bound sessions. I know
Sweet.
Tim Brick is like live from the man cave, I think. I think
Yes. Yes.
we're all just trying to do what we can. I think we miss the
Yeah.
connection of playing for people, and it's not quite the same
No.
behind your computer, but it's close.
And I'll say this. I'll say this too. If folks that are musicians that are watching this right now, if you instant message me when you're performing on a regular basis, and also include with that any hashtags that you have, like give me at least 5 good hashtags that are directly, related to you, and
Yeah.
you know let me know if you're receiving any kind of donations for either in general, going directly to you, or in partnership with maybe a nonprofit,
Yeah.
or maybe you're selling your not only your album, but hats, t-shirts, whatever merchandise you have too. Let me know that so that I can help you. Because man, there's some freaking awesome shows that are out. I mean, they're fantastic.
There is, yeah. It's been fun. We've watched a bunch of them. We actually just watched Livingston Taylor was just on at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We watched that, and
Wow.
yeah, it's like every night there's somebody out there. I think Bruce Springsteen even did one from his house. So we're all doing the same.
Every every Friday night you can watch old Pink Floyd concerts on YouTube for free. They're all right there.
Wow.
The Pulse from 1994 was last Friday night, which was recorded in London. I think was just amazing to watch that. But let's hear what you got, man. Play us a tune. Todd Pronto, everybody, live on Aired Out tonight.
I'm gonna play you a song that I literally wrote like 3 days ago. So this is the
great, man.
This is the debut. Like other than Danielle, I don't think anybody's heard it. Can you hear that? Okay.
Sweet.
Is it coming through? I have to take my headphones
a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more guitar. Pinch more.
Let's see what we can do with our tech department here.
Let's see what you can break. No, let's see what you can break right now.
Let's see how our tech department.
And hi to Wayne Warner, who's watching tonight from the comforts of his dining room table, which I'm sure is where he's watching right now.
Probably with some of that coffee. He said that he was going to have a Tony's pizza.
Some of that.
All right, I'm going to sing. I got to take my earbuds out though, so because otherwise I'll trip over them. So I won't be able to hear you for a second.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Brand new. This is written a couple days ago. So if I mess it up,
Todd Pronto, live from his living room in Orleans,
live, right?
Vermont. Yeah, it's only live.
Well, boys don't have feelings. They hit things with hammers. The harder you hit them, they disappear. And boys don't get nervous, and they ever act timid. Any sign of weakness is cold sweat and fear. And boys don't like flowers, they like tanks and race cars. They only find beauty in the explosion of fire. And they don't hug their fathers, they're told to respect them. Affection reserved for the bravest of men. And men will be men just to fit in, and boys will be boys if we make them that way. And men don't have feelings, they drink and suppress them. They don't like poetry, they like football and steak. And men like guns, and they don't cry at funerals or weddings or birthdays or graduation day. And men will be men just to fit in, and boys will be boys if we make them that way. The money, the power, the women, the fame make the little boy live up to his name. The money, the power, if you want to win the game, make the little boy live up to his name. Make the little boy live up to his name. Boys don't have feelings, they hit things with hammers. The harder you hit them, they disappear.
Fantastic. Todd Pronto,
Oh,
live from his living room in Orleans,
so many wires.
Vermont. Fantastic, my man.
That's brand new, man.
It's great. It's great. Can hear all kinds of stuff going on. I hear harmonies. I hear strings. I hear.
Yeah.
You could do some great stuff with that song, man.
What's that? Sorry,
you could do some great stuff with that.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, and that's well, I wrote that on the 15th, so I guess it's been a few days.
Wow.
We'll see.
So, what do you do? What do you do for a living? Are you trying to? Are you working from home? Or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fortunate in the fact that I don't rely 100% on music for my income. So I really feel for those that do, because this is going to be a tough time, man. I'm starting to get to the point where I want to take that plunge and just do music, but thankfully I haven't done that yet. And I actually work for public access television in Newport, Vermont. We have a station called NEK-TV, which I know you tape at CCTV. Is that correct?
It's CVTV, yeah, CVTV. Central Vermont Television.
Yeah, Tony Campos.
Yes.
I'm the Tony Campos of Newport. And
sweet.
Yeah, but so I'm working from home just like this, producing shows on Zoom.
Yeah.
And editing them in iMovie and sending them to the server and trying to do, the best that we can with everything. And I feel very fortunate to still be working right now, which is,
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm not going to lie. I like working from home. I kind of enjoy it.
Have you ever worked from home at any point, just in your underwear?
Oh, not in my underwear, but in pajamas. Yes.
Most pajamas. Days. Yes. All right.
Yeah. I don't get dressed unless I have to leave the house. It's pretty much pajamas all day. I know that they say, like, if you're working from home, get up at the same time and do your normal routine and get dressed and go to
take the shower.
Yeah. And go sit at the desk. And I don't do any of that. I sleep in. I have Ryan and Kelly on in the background in the morning, like drinking my coffee. Just because I like to watch network TV struggle with Skype. It makes me feel good about public access television. This is the first time in history that public access television is just as technically good as network TV. It's the only time in history that's ever going to be true. But we're all playing on an even ball field. That doesn't make sense.
Just an even field.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be ball field. It could be a racquetball field. Or there's no such thing.
That's kind of
what weird digging saying, a very deep hole right now.
Could you imagine like a tennis court that just had waves in it? Like, shouldn't all sporting fields be even?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Tom Brady's going to find when he goes down to Tampa that the field's like this down in Tampa. And
Yes, it is. Yes, yes, I know. Oh my God. Well, I hope that I'm going to be able to link up here with Wayne Warner
it's
at some
tomorrow,
point,
right?
real life. No, well, hang on a second. Let me look at. Yeah, it's tomorrow. It
Yeah.
is tomorrow. And you know what he says to me? I thought it was Thursday, but I had to double check the calendar here. Yeah, it is tomorrow. You know what he says to me? He's like, "How do I do this?" I'm like, Wayne, you begin by turning your freaking computer on, dude. And then, you just turn the computer on.
Yeah.
But, just trying to get an answer out of this guy, whether or not he's got a camera on his laptop or his desktop, can't get an answer out of him.
I don't know
Anyway.
I don't know.
It's
He's
going to
got
be interesting.
Oh man. Well, I mean,
Yeah, of
even
course.
you can do it on if he had to.
Yeah. I hope his boys are going to be close by I mean, technologically, the guy is,
Well,
I hope his boys are going to be close by to help him.
a lot of musicians don't really need to be.
Yes, this is true.
I'm fortunate that I worked in radio and then I went to television after because I've been forced to. But a lot of musicians don't have microphones like this, and
Yeah, that's true, man. That's a good point.
Yeah, so I guess
they're just supposed to shut up and play the song.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun.
I can't wait. I'm going to be watching tomorrow, and I do want to say, I want to talk about like an act of kindness before we go, because I think this is very cool.
Yes.
So today we did.
Of course.
My girlfriend and I did our semi-monthly trip to Shaw's to get groceries.
Oh yeah.
And we hate it. We don't enjoy it because we put the masks on and we're careful and we try to stay 6 feet away from people, and some people just don't give a shit and they'll walk right in front of you. And
I know, it's so true.
And they look at you like you're an idiot because you're doing the proper thing to try to keep other people safe.
Right.
I'm not going to get political, but wearing a mask keeps other people safe, not you. So wearing a mask means I care about you.
Right.
So anyway, we get all mad.
Exactly.
We get all mad. We go to Shaw's and we're so mad because people are just rude, and we think that all of humanity just sucks. And then our neighbors are the nicest people on earth. So yesterday morning, Danielle opens up the door to check the mail, and on our porch is a homemade, handmade birdhouse, right? With a note on the back.
Look at that.
And it says, I don't know if you can read that, but it says, after every storm, there's a rainbow.
There's a rainbow.
The note on the back says, hang this at least 6 feet from the ground, clean out in the fall. It's signed spring of 2020 underneath it. And she did this for everybody that lived on this street and didn't tell anybody who it was.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. So humanity is still good. And I just wanted to share that because I think that's so
except
cool.
Except at Shaw's. Yes. That's where humanity sucks.
That's where humanity sucks. I'm not even going there to get birdseed. I'm ordering that on Amazon.
Buddy, I'll tell you what, man, I miss you so much. I have so many fond memories of you and I doing radio together, and You were on WIKE and
We used to do this
WMOO, and
thing.
you and I.
He used to call into my show as
Oh my God!
oh, what was your name?
What was my name? Was it Biff?
No, Sid Adams. It was Sid Adams. And we didn't even know that there was really a guy named Sid Adams who lived in the area. But I was on a low power AM station, and he used to call up with all these harebrained. He was trying to clone sheep one time. Uh
You, that's back in the day.
oh
That's
my
back in the
god.
day, Toddy, when radio was so much fun and
Yeah.
so creative. I mean, we did this stuff off the cuff. We had literally
Yeah.
zero rehearsing, zero planning. I mean, you would just say, "When's Sid calling?" And I'd be like, "30 seconds,"
Yeah.
and you'd be like, "Where are we going?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah. I mean, one of them was like, I don't know if the Olympics were there or it was something. It was the Super Bowl and you were there 2 days after the fact, all excited, getting ready to
Yeah.
broadcast live from the big event, and you couldn't understand why nobody was there. And I don't know which one it was. Uh,
Oh, good
yeah.
times, man.
Oh
Great
my God.
times.
Yeah.
Brother, I can't wait for the day that we can share some coffee and not Wayne Warner's coffee either. We'll bring our own. I've got a couple of thermoses, but we
Okay.
should go up there when this whole cloud lifts. We should. I know we've been saying it for a long time, but
Yeah.
we've got to do it, man. You know, I'll jump on the motorcycle. I'll zip up there, and the three of us can
Yeah.
sit around and just have some laughs.
That
My
would be
God, we got to
amazing.
do it.
Yeah. Well,
What's going to happen?
hopefully it's soon. We can get out there and start mingling again, right? But not too soon.
For sure.
Yeah. But I'm
Yes, not
down.
too
I'm
soon.
down. We can bring our own
Hey,
coffee, but I do like the Tony's pizza.
tell us tell us your website, your Facebook, your Instagram, how people can get in touch with you, Todd,
Yeah.
and how people can support you, make a donation if they would like. And once again, Thursday nights at 7:00 on YouTube, Todd Pronto right here. What's the name of your YouTube channel?
It's
Give me it all. Give me it all.
it's Todd Pronto 13, I believe, was the one that I have. But if you just type in Todd Pronto on YouTube, it'll come up.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go live at 7:00 on Thursday from YouTube. There's gonna be a PayPal link and a Venmo or whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the PayPal link because I don't know it. But sorry, I just read a message from our buddy Wayne Warner. It made me chuckle.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. He says that it's a great show.
Well, what did he say?
He said, let me bring it back up here. I've almost scrolled to the part where I can actually tell you what my PayPal link is. Man, just scrolling through the internet, it's a pain in the butt, isn't it? Well, while my
What do you
internet's
think?
loading,
Listen, while we're waiting for you to find that,
yeah, I
I've
found it.
often wondered what Wayne cooks for, Thanksgiving. Does he just
don't
take some like sliced turkey breast from the deli and just throw it on a plate with some, fake mashed potatoes? I wonder about these things.
Has he never told you the story about cooking a whole chicken or a whole turkey?
Yes. Yes, he did.
See,
Listen, we don't want to reveal much because he's going to tell it tomorrow night.
You
He's
need to
going to tell
ask
it
him
tomorrow
that.
night.
You need to ask him that story tomorrow night because I have a feeling that's what Thanksgiving at Wayne Warner's house is like. he said what a great
Oh.
show, and he told me that I look great, and then he ended that sentiment with asshole.
Yeah, that sounds like
You look
Wayne.
great, asshole. uh, paypal.me / I think it is Todd Pronto, 1D in my name, TODPRONTO.
Yeah.
Venmo at Todd Pronto. Toddpronto.com
Okay.
is my website. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on Twitter, but not that often. I don't know. I don't enjoy Twitter that much, but I'm on there.
Understand.
What else am I on? I guess that's
Thursday
it.
night, man. We'll be watching.
Yeah,
7 o'clock Thursday night. We'll be watching, brother.
Yeah, and I'll just say this to end it. When everything is back to normal, one of my favorite things to do are house concerts. I don't know if you know what those are or not, but
Oh, yes.
they're pretty much what they sound like. You get a living room full of your friends, 20 people, and I come sing there, and you all chip in money. And if you want to hire me for a house concert once we can get together again, hit me up, toddpronto.com. It's one of my favorite things to do.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my God. Buddy, stay well.
You too. You too. And I can't wait to see you in the studio in person. It's been a long time since we've seen each other in person, I think.
I promise you that's going to happen. I promise you.
Cool.
All right, brother.
All right.
Be a good boy in the meanwhile. And yeah, man, stay well, brother. Love you to pieces. I haven't seen you in so long. I'm going to give you a big old hug next time I see you, but stay well and God bless.
I'll be ready, man.
Aired out, presented by my good friends over at Aeromed Essentials. Lauren Andrews is the lady behind this amazing product right here. This is the CBD relief lotion that I'm about to go and massage into the wrist that just had surgery done on it on March 6th. I had 3 bones removed because of real bad arthritis. This stuff makes an incredible difference. It's the relief lotion with CBD oil in it and clove oil and all kinds of other great stuff. Arnica, and the list goes on and on. I love it. It's at aeromedessentials.com, which of course is here in Vermont, and you can order it up. Check it out online, and then call Lauren Andrews, and she's going to ship it right off to your house. You'll have it lightning fast. And while you're at it, grab a bottle of this too. This is one of the different Aeromed Essential CBD oils, a couple of drops under the tongue. This fights inflammation badass, more than anything I have ever had before. I've tried the Glycoflex. I've tried the glucosamine chondroitin. I've tried all of this stuff to help with the joints. This is more potent than anything I've ever tried before. This is the 500 milligram turmeric and ginger essential oil from aeromedessentials.com, and I swear by it. If you buy this stuff from Aeromed Essentials and you don't like it, I'll buy it from you, please. And of course, Wright Electric, Chris Wright, another one of my presenting sponsors, and Jason Gauthier of Gauthier's Quality Grounds and Maintenance and Trash King Trash Removal. This guy is amazing. Find him on Facebook. Tell him I said hello, and get a quote for not only trash removal but also some yard work this summer. And if your lawn is like mine, it's greening up fast, so get on it and don't wait. Todd Pronto and JD Green, that's going to do it for us tonight, folks. Stay well, be safe, be well, be kind to each other, and love one another. Yes. Yes.
That freaking place.
At Shaw's and in real life. Absolutely. We love you, Todd. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Be well.
You too, man.
God bless.